Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy David, aka Fatalmon, and welcome back to another Versus video here on the channel. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but here we go. I am going to be playing the same deck that I got first place with at the Indianapolis Regional, which is the Blue Eyes Primite Fiendsmith deck. Served me well at the Regional, so I'm like, let's go ahead and serve me well again at this case tournament here. And I actually did pretty good. Spoiler alert, this deck has been amazing, man. But I'm going against my boy Robert Creamer and his Heraldic Ryzeal deck. Shout out to bro, man. This the same dude who was able to sweet talk the flight attendants from the YCS Houston and was able to get my giant card on the plane. So I appreciate that, man. The last time we played, actually, he got the one up on me and won in game 3. Fortunately, though, hey, I won the die roll this time, man. You know, this is my 1 in 4 rounds that I'll win the die roll, so that made all the difference. And my hand wasn't that good to, start off. I think I had like Ash, Fualos, Inperm, Nib, and then the last card was Luri. So I'm going to start off with the normal summon of Luri and then try to go in the Rec Room. Luckily, he didn't have a Fualos or anything, but my whole thought process was if he Ashes this Rec Room, which most people will, then I'll just have Fualos for his turn. So that's what I did. The Rec Room didn't get Ash, so I'm like, okay, cool. Hopefully you don't have like Inperm to stop the Lacrima. He didn't. That's going to dump the Engraver. I'm like, from here, maybe he can have a Nib or Bestial, but he doesn't have the Bestial, so I'm able to equip the Rec Room to the Lacrima and go into Necro Equip. And then I'm going to go ahead and activate the Rec Room to shuffle back the Luri. And I'm like, does he have Nib? But he don't have Nib. So my whole plan here is to just make Caesar and just set the Inperm. And I'll have Inperm, Ash, Nib on top of the Caesar, which should be enough. Don't sound like a lot. And then I'll also have the Paradise as well. So he going to start off with this Ascension, which is going to allow him to search the Tachyon. And I'm like, yeah, X gonna shut down this whole play. So when he activate this Tachyon, I'm like, I gotta Ash this on me. I can't let him get to this X. And that because again, X is gonna dump Aggregator, which would allow him to negate the Caesar. So he's gonna start off with pitching the Heraldic monster to summon Ice, and I'm gonna go ahead and chain to summon out this Rec Room off of the Lacrima effect. And he pitched the Heraldic monster, which searches for another Heraldic monster, and from there I'm going to activate the Rec Room, but he Ash, so that's a no-no to the Paradise. And then he already has Sword in hand, which allowed him to get to the X. And then and this is what I was trying to avoid. X and Aggregator. Aggregator is going to, negate my Caesar, and then X is going to search for Node. I'm like, oh, man. And then I believe he's going to go into Detonator. Yep, going to Detonator, affect the Detonator to attach the Aggregator. And I'm like, I'm still saving the Inperm. I still got the Nib in hand. And then he normal summoned the Well and pitched the Heraldic monster that he already searched for. That's going to allow him to search for 2 spells. I didn't really know what this was searching for, but those 2 spells are broken. The spell basically just says summon back 2 Heraldic level 4s and immediately XYZ into anything. Broken. So he's going to go into Duo Drive. And then I'm forced to just Inperm on this Duo Drive right away. I can't hold the Inperm because if I Inperm later, he can just chain Detonator to target the Duo Drive. So I'm like, I got to do it now. And then now he going to go ahead and activate one of those Heraldic spells to bring back 2 level 4s and then summon a Duo Drive. And I'm forced to Nib here. I'm like, this should be a good situation. I mean, worst case, right now I know he got the spell in hand and then he also has a node in hand. And he's already wasted 2 Duo Drives and he's wasted his Detonator. So I'm like, I don't know what else he can go into. But he essentially just going to go into one of the Heraldic monsters, rank up into another Heraldic monster, which essentially says if I activate a monster on field or if I attack, he can rank up into another monster and then pop a card on field or a face-up card on field. But he just goes into that and pass. So I just know he got the node in hand. And I believe I drew into a Bestial Mag. which don't really get me anywhere. But luckily, I still got the Fiendsmith engine engraved, so I'm going to start off with the engraver, shuffle back the Requiem, and then link off the engraver for the Requiem, and Requiem summon Lacrima effect, and then he's going to pop and then rank up. And then that monster he ranked up into essentially allows him to, target a monster on field and negate it, essentially. So I am able to dump the Paradise, which is good, because I'm like, all he got is in hand is Node, and then I can go into the Typhon and then just bounce his monster. He can't respond because he got 3,100 attack. And then I can just pass. So I got Fualos and Mag in hand. So I'm like, I can Paradise the Node when he tries to summon. And then he drew into another Ascension, which is able to search the Tachyon. But he got the Nib, so I'm like, well, he can't go into into X. So he's going to search out the ice, normal ice, and he put back the Node off the Tachyon. So he don't have anything in hand. So normal ice, summon sword effects, search X. Which I'm like, okay, that's cool. Because whatever he XYZ summoning to, I'm about to Paradise. He summoned Dugaris, and I'm like, okay, yep, I'm going to Paradise it. And then if he go ahead, I'm like, okay, I got this Mag in him, which I thought was bad, but it's actually pretty good. Again, Paradise going to send Desiree. Desiree going to put back an engraver, send back the Dugaris. And then he's going to send summon X. X send Eclipse Twins. Again, no effect to X because he got the Nib on field. And then I'm like, I'm bistling whatever light he summoned. And then he like, yeah, good game. You got it. Let's go to the next. So I'm like, cool, because this bestial was going to put in work. All I was going to do is search for the Ether Barrel, which Ether Barrel is going to, just constantly loop Drill Beam since he's on top deck mode from there. So we going into the next game. And I'm like, yeah, I got to put in these Drolls again because I'm not main decking Drolls, so I'm going to put in my Droll and Lockbirds. I had to give my homie back his one Meow, so I'm like, I replaced the Meows in my side deck for a third Nib, so I'm like, I'm putting in Droll, I'm putting in Nib, I'm putting in Harpies, and then more than likely what I'm taking out is the one Majesty, one Blue Eye. Sometimes I actually take out the Paradise, and then I also even take out the one Maiden as well. And so he's going to be going first, so I'm like, hopefully I draw into a Droll, because the last time we played, he was able to rip my entire hand. So a Droll or some sort of Moch Army. And he starts off with X. X is going to dump one of the Heraldic monsters. That card is broken, bro. That card dumps two Heraldics, put an engrave, and then he searches, and I'm going to attempt to Droll, and then my boy got the call by, bro. I'm like, oh, man. So he's going to search, and then normal summon a whale. Now, I should have impermed this, because this is going to allow him to search for the two spell cards. But I was like, he got 2 level foes on board. Should I imperm? Because he already going to have duo drive. I definitely should have impermed because the 2 spells going to get him pretty much 2 XYZs off rip. So if I would have impermed, that would have just left me with dealing with Detonator. Because I do have the Nib in hand. But again, he's going to go into the, once he summons the 3 bodies, he's going to rank up into that XYZ that essentially allows him to rip out a card. So I'm forced to imperm this. So I lost value on the imperm. I learned from this though, so we don't make the same mistake twice on this channel. So I'm forced to imperm, and he got the Star Ryzeal in hand, which is going to detach from the Heraldic monster to set the cross, and then go straight into the Eclipse Twins, activate cross, and then activate the Heraldic monster the spell that's going to summon 2 bodies. And I'm like, yeah, he going to make duo drive. So I'm forced to just nib at this point, bro. And that's when I realized, yeah, I lost. Because the Eclipse Twin is just going to summon back that same monster, which is, again, not a once per turn. So that's going to allow him to rip a card. I done activated 3 hand traps, bro, and that did nothing. So he summoned the duo drive after the nib. I'm like, yeah, I lost. He gonna rip, and I'm like, yeah, let's just go to the next one, bro. You got it. You about to cook me. Yeah, and this part I'm realizing, yeah, I definitely should have impermed that well. But we gonna go first. We gonna go first. Game three, so we good. Game three, I'm keeping in the three draw. I'm gonna go ahead and put in skill drain in the Dragon's Mind. So coming out off rip are the three Mocharmy Fualos. Also, I take out the two Nib, and then I also take out an Imperm as well. So those 6 cards are taken out. Again, the two Nib, the three Fualos, and then the Imperm, and then that allows me to keep in the three Droll, the one skill drain, and then the two Dragon's Mind. Side deck patterns matter, man. That is important. I pretty much know against a lot of my matchups what cards are coming out the deck and what cards are going in. So I'm gonna go first. I believe I'm gonna start off with the normal sum. I'm sorry. I start off with activating Primite Lorely Load. Lorely Load is going to search. He don't have Droll, which is cool. He don't have Imperm for this Ether Barrel, which is cool. So I'm going to set this Drill Beam. And then in standard fashion, Fualos. So I'm like, okay, well, I still got the Drill Beam. I'm a triple tactics look at his hand. And I'm gonna put his hand not strong at all. He got sword, plug-in, one of the heraldic monsters, as well as a triple tactics. And I'm going to put back that heraldic monster because I'm like, okay, drill beam on that sword should just pass his turn. And then my follow-up in hand should actually deal with anything that he draws with. So the unknown effect of the Primite Ether Barrel, I'm not going to get this man no draws. I'm going to activate Ether Barrel to just dump Blue Eyes. And then I can go ahead and just... I got Maiden in hand too. So Maiden is going to place the True Light. And then True Light can actually go ahead and set my Majesties. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and activate the Lorely Load to summon Blue Eyes. And I'm not going to activate the Maiden here because I'm thinking if he, on his turn, if he kills my Blue Eyes, then I could just activate True Light, bring back Maiden. There's no point in me bringing back Maiden here because I'm not going to synchro. So I'm no effect of Maiden, and I'm going to just go ahead and set the Majesty. And then I'm going to pass. And I think I even got a Droll in hand. In standard fashion, I already know what he's going to do. Normal summon the sword, and I'm going to immediately drill beam that joint. And I'm like, what else is in hand? Because his Majesty and Droll going to put in work. And he ain't got nothing. He drew into an Empire for turn. So, lucky me, I was able to win on this one. Eventually, again, I'll go on and, top this tournament. For the tournament, we went, I think it was 5 rounds for this tournament. I, obviously went 4-0, and then the last round I went against my boy Eric, and we just split because first place you would get 4 boxes, and then second place you would get 3 boxes. But if any one of us lost, it's no guarantee that we would get second place, and then third place would only get like 2 boxes. So we like, yeah, if first and second place split, that's 7 boxes in the mix, so we'll both get 3.5 boxes, which is what we did. So, this deck been amazing so far. We gonna cut the video here. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if y'all want to see more of these versus videos where I walk through, my day at the locals or my matches at the locals. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Things all got me acting different like my neighbor Cora. Grinding for the moolah, trying to let my light shine. Shout out to my jeweler. Diamonds in the watch, I keep ice like a cooler. Anything more might freeze a brother like he cooler. But I didn't come to flex, came to take the game over.